Rev up your engines!
Pedro Vasquez says, Scotty, I got a 2011 Chrysler 200, knocking sound and flaky oil. Well, you know they don't make them anymore. And you know, a Chrysler 200 is basically all Fiat. That's a Fiat engine, a Fiat transmission, and they were garbage. You got flakes in your oil and a knocking sound, your engine's probably shot. Me, I just get rid of the thing. They're worth absolutely nothing. Or drive it, keep oil in it as it burns it or leaks it or whatever it does. And then when it does finally break, just junk the car because it's worth nothing. They have no value. If you can sell it now for any amount of money, go right ahead. But most people won't give you anything for that thing. They were just rolling piles of junk. I rented one once when I went to Nashville to visit one of my sons. What a pile of junk that thing was. Oh, I mean, it got great gas mileage, I'll give you that. But anything else, oh, it was horrible. John Smith says, opinion on 02 Chevy Suburban. Thank you. Well, the 02 ones were a lot better made than the ones are today. They had more solid engines, more solid transmissions, more solid rear ends. Now, take into consideration that they're tremendous gas hogs. Those things just suck the gas in and throw the gas out the tailpipe because they're big, heavy vehicles with giant V8 engines in them. One that's not too high mileage. I mean, I wouldn't buy one that had 250,000 miles on it unless you're paying nothing for it and then you expect to put an engine, transmission, or rear end in it over time. But they're a lot better than the new ones are. Youngblood says, Scotty, is a 2001 2.5 automatic Jeep Wrangler with 150,000 miles goodbye for $4,500. Okay, it's 19 years old. It's got 150,000 miles in a four-cylinder engine. If a mechanic checks it out and says it's okay, we got machines to hook up. We can tell you if there's anything wrong. I wouldn't pay more than $3,000 for the thing tops because it's only got that crappy little four-cylinder engine and automatic transmission that's extremely weak, and unless they can prove that they either put a brand new engine or a brand new transmission in it, I wouldn't give that much money for it. If you want a toy like that and you get it cheap enough, go right ahead. But if you're going to drive that every day, I wouldn't even buy that thing. Rixian, why would an engine ping on lower octane gas and not on higher octane gas? Two things. One, if it was made for high octane gas, you need high octane gas because that's pre-ignition. Higher octane gas can take more pressure before it actually starts on fire. So, I mean, if you're going to make a Molotov cocktail like the Russians did in World War II, you'd want to use the cheapest gas you can because it blows up faster. The other thing is, if your car is carboned up and has gotten a lot of carbon buildup in the engine, the carbon, what does it do? It takes up space. As it takes up space, that increases the compression ratio, and then if you put high octane gas, it'll stop pinging because it needs to be cleaned out. And the other thing is, if your timing chain's worn and the timing has gotten all messed up, it can knock then because the timing is off and you're going to need a new timing chain or a timing belt. Clash with Neil says, hey Scotty, is a Prius Prime a good buy? If you want a hybrid car, those are good hybrid cars. Toyota makes good hybrid cars. I am not a fan personally of any hybrid car because I have to fix them when they're old. And I see generators go out, $5,900. I see batteries go out, $5,000, $6,000 to replace the battery with a new one. Now, yes, you can put in remanufactured ones, but they generally come with a year guarantee. All they are is an old battery that some of the cells have been replaced and the other ones are still old as hills. So it's not going to last long time. So I'm not a fan myself. But if you're talking about buying a brand new one, a lot of times you can get $150,000 or more out of it trouble-free before things start to happen. T. Sharma says, Scotty, my Chevy Impala's giving me a signal that says service traction control. What's that? Your traction control does exactly what it says. It controls how it goes down a road. If, say, you step on the gas and one wheel starts to slip and the other goes straight, then the traction control will have to start braking the one that's going faster so they'll both go at the same speed. It's all computer stuff. Your computer is now warning you there's a problem with that system. It's an add-on system. I mean, some guys drive them forever like that and just say, the heck with it. It doesn't work anymore, I don't care. But if you want to know what it is, you got to pay a guy like me to hook up his $5,000 scan tool and analyze it and tell you what's going on with the system. Typical on GM products, so they break all the time. Jason takes Manhattan. All right, Scotty, does shifting between drive and neutral driving harm the transmission? Well, you know, if you just do it when you come to a stop and you're sitting there, it doesn't really hurt anything. You are going to be sitting, say, at a train stop and a train's going for 5 minutes. It's a better idea to put it in neutral or to turn the car off. But if it's hot and you want to keep cool, either put it in neutral or park. Because if you have it in drive, there's more drag in it, and that makes the transmission get hotter. It doesn't really hurt anything. It's not a bad idea in an automatic transmission to do it. Heck, when you're driving a standard transmission, you do the same thing. You come to a stop, you put it in neutral, and then you just sit and wait until it's time to go again. You're basically doing the same thing, and I do it in my Celica all the time. Got 240,000 miles of transmission, still shifts fine, so it obviously hasn't hurt anything. Gordy Man says, Scotty, my mom needs new tires for '07 Range Rover. Money is an issue. Is there somewhere you suggest we go for a really good price on tires? Well, one, if she's got a 13-year-old Range Rover and money is an issue, she's driving the wrong vehicle. Those things are endless money pits. But what you want to do, price all over the place. Most places will match. See what kind of tires you can get. That's a Range Rover. It's a big vehicle with big tires. You're not going to get any really cheap tires on it because they're oddball size, they're big tires. And you don't want to buy some cheap piece of crap that's going to fall apart on it, like the cheapest Chinese tires you get. But at least price around. Go to Discount Tires. Go on all the internet and see what the best price you can get on tires and go there. But really, she's driving the wrong vehicle if money is tight. No Name says, why not challenge yourself with an old luxury car or new Mercedes, BMW, Jaguar? Nah, I don't like wasting my money. And people say, oh, they're fun to drive. Yeah, big deal. I drive it when I'm working on my customers' cars. And then I see how they ride. I say, oh, well, they're real nice, and did that. But really, you can't improve my wife's 2002 ES300 Lexus. That thing rides like a flying carpet as it is. And it's fast enough. It's got a V6 engine. I mean, it'll do 80 miles an hour all day long. You won't feel anything. I don't even go any faster than that. So I'll never waste my money on any of those things. And I'll certainly never get a classic one because they're always breaking. The rubber brakes, all the plastic parts snap on them, and they're just a real pain in the butt when they're old when you got to fix them. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.